Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So last night at around 9:30 p.m., the hockey world was pretty surprised when Steve Dangle's podcast network tweeted out this video saying, breaking news, a new pro hockey league is coming to North America. 3-on-3 major hockey league arrives this fall. And then he goes in depth for 6 minutes. And people were shocked because with this new league, it's not some rinky-dink 3-on-3 league. There's going to be a $30 million salary cap for each team in this league, 16 teams in this goddamn league, which led people to think that there is going to be a massive financial backing. Who would possibly finance such a backing with such an unproven product startup league competitor of the National Hockey League? So in looking at it, people started to speculate that it might be funded by Saudi Arabia. With Live Golf, of course, that is what everybody rushed to. And this tweet came out from Jacob Stoller, who works for the Hockey News, I believe. I'm hearing a good chunk of the venture capital is coming from Saudi Arabia, which Steve didn't really mention at all in the video, didn't really go over it, but we're going to go over the video now. We're going to go over the video, and I'm going to tell you what I think of this idea because, yeah, it's a head scratcher. It comes out of nowhere, apparently starting this fall. But without further ado, let's dive into the video. Let's hear what Steve has to say. Maybe I'm reading wrong, and you guys will tell me in the comment section.
Dangle here for SDPN, and we have some huge breaking news.
Huge breaking news.
Professional hockey landscape in North America. This upcoming fall, as in this year, 2024, as in a few months.
In a few months, a startup league this big is going to go down.
There will be a new professional hockey league launching in North America. I'm told it will be called the MLH, standing for
MLH, think just Major League Baseball, MLH, copying that competitor to the NHL.
Major League Hockey. And what sets it apart from the NHL, the AHL, ECHL, what sets it apart from all those leagues is it will be full-time 3-on-3.
Okay, full-time 3-on-3. That's the first main differentiator to the NHL. I like 3-on-3 hockey in sport and bursts. I don't know if a full league of 3-on-3 can work. He's going to explain different later on how it exactly works. But yeah, 3-on-3, all out, wild, up, entertaining, nonstop, just balls to the wall, I guess.
Not just overtime. The games will be played 3-on-3. Rosters will be 14 players. That's 12 players, 12 skaters, and 2 goalies.
Makes sense. You're not going to have the same amount of players considering it's 3-on-3.
And there will be a salary cap, just like there is in the National Hockey League.
What's that salary cap going to be, Steve? This is when it gets crazy. The rest, I can hear out, a nice little small league to compete against the NHL. This is when it gets crazy.
The National Hockey League salary cap is $83.5 million.
$83.5 million. That is no joke for the NHL.
It was this past season. The salary cap for MLH will be $30 million. So
$30 million per team, dude, for a startup. He's going to explain it later, but 14 players, $30 million. You do the math, that's an average salary of just over $2 million per team for a completely unproven league, but we'll keep on going.
So if you were to divide a $30 million salary cap evenly over all 14 players on the roster, that would be roughly 2.1, a little bit more than $2.1 million per player.
Again, the NHL league minimum at this point is what, like 800, 900K? So this is sizable money going into this league.
Additionally, I'm told that for every win a team gets, there will be a $100,000 bonus given to that team.
It's all about the money, man. This smells of the Saudi Arabians. 100K win bonuses. Yay, exciting. That is absurd. I hate to say it. I get that it incentivizes the players, but the game itself, your salary should incentivize it, but whatever.
For that win to be split amongst the whole team. Not just the players, I'm told. It will also apply to the coaching staff, which
that's cool. That's cool.
Roughly an additional 5,000-6,000 each per person. I'm told there will be 16 teams in this
16,
league,
dude. Again, 16. That is crazy. If it was like 6 to 8 PWHL style, that much of a salary cap would still be insane. $30 million per team, but 16, half the size of the NHL.
North America, that is Canada.
Wait, let me play it back.
Teams in this league spread across North America. That is Canada and the United States.
So they're going both, man. And based on how this video sounds, it's home cities. It's not like a traveling tournament. You think of what everybody else compared this to, three ice, where they just have like the tournaments where they bring in the teams. This appears to be a full on. They play at this, then they fly over there, fly over there. So many expenses with this goddamn league.
Canadian markets will include British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Quebec.
Saskatchewan getting a team. I'm sure people are like, who cares about this potential Saudi Arabian money if the Saskatchewan natives are like, give us a goddamn team.
And Ontario. The American teams will be in some of the bigger states, New York, California. Minnesota will have a team, and
as
ironically, Arizona will.
Arizona, baby. Coyotes are coming back early.
Missouri will be getting a team. New England will be getting a team, although not exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. They're not listing what cities. They're just saying states. If it's like New York and it's Albany or Utica, it's not very exciting.
Sure, Nebraska will be getting
Omaha could be getting a team. College World Series.
As well as Oklahoma. And rounding it out, there will be 2 southern markets with Texas and Florida. Now, if you've been keeping count, that's only 14 places, and there's going to be 16 teams. So a couple of those places are going to have 2 teams, although I'm not sure where.
New York and California or something.
Teams will be able to sign 3 marquee players. That is to say, world-class players with professional experience in North America, Europe, or Russia.
So this, if I'm thinking Live Golf, this would be them throwing a $6 to $7 million bag at a bottom 6 NHLer. You know what I'm saying? If someone wants to make the jump, wants to go from making $1 to $2 million to making $6 to $7 million, it could entice some players. I don't think that they're going to have the backing to go after actual stars. But yeah, if you're, let's say Hudson Fasching of my New York Islanders, and you've been an NHL, AHL tweener for some time at this point, and this league if this league actually happens, and this league offers you $5 to $6 million, basically like your entire career earnings in one season, you might be willing to make the jump. It's very interesting.
With the rest of the roster being rounded out by players from the NCAA, Canada U Sports.
That's cool. That's cool to a degree. I will, if this does happen. The fact that NCAA players could maybe play in this, I don't know how this would work with their NCAA schedule because this starts in the fall. But if they can somewhat play in this and get paid, I guess that's cool.
Major junior players from Canada, the U.S., and Europe. And I'm also told that women's players who are qualified will be considered for the league. I'm also told.
I don't want to be sexist, but no women player could probably play in this league.
That it won't be 60 minutes of 3-on-3. That would be a lot. They will be 24-minute games with an intermission. My understanding is we should be getting
24-minute games. That is absurd, in my opinion. A 24-minute game, especially 3-on-3, not too many stoppages. I don't know how the fuck you sell this to marketers, to TV rights. If it's going to be 24 minutes, it's like an hour game. That's what I don't understand. I understand you can't do 60 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey, but what are we doing with 24 minutes? That is nothing. That is literally nothing. I don't know how this revenue model would be sustainable with a 24-minute product. Like what?
About this in short order in the coming days, but this is what I have for you now. A brand new 3-on-3 professional hockey league is set to launch in North America this fall, 2024. Those are the details that I can tell you right now, but there's still a number of issues to be resolved.
Who's funding this? Who's funding this, Steve? That's what we want to know. The glossing over this is crazy. I'm not saying he's getting paid. I'm not saying anything like that, but it's just very fishy, and we want answers, rightfully so. I'm not even anti-Saudi. I don't want to get into the geopolitics of it, but I want guys to get paid. I just want to know where it's coming from. I don't think that that's hot of a take to say, where's the fucking money coming from? But we'll see if he gets into it in this.
Number one, I told you the states and provinces that are going to be.
Just realized I had this like low quality.
Teams. Okay. What cities are they going to be playing in? Once we know the cities,
we don't know.
Right, what arenas are they going to be playing in?
The NHL teams aren't leaning it out, lending it out. I can't, for a 3-on-3, 24-minute game, I don't know how you sell anything over $50 for a ticket would be absolutely absurd. I don't see, unless they're going to do the 3-ice schedule of like multiple games in a night or something like that, I don't know how this can profit.
can fit in
which
that
means it's
arena.
fucking Saudi Arabia.
How is this league going to make money, right? Who will be the
How? Yeah, let's.
can fit in that arena? How is this league going to make money?
It's not. If this is the Saudi Arabians, it is sports washing. It is them coming in, burning a ton of money, maybe stealing some ex NHLers or some low end NHLers and try to compete with the NHL and get goodwill.
Right? Who will be the coaches
Shocker.
for these teams? Who will be the general managers? Will there be a trade deadline? How do fines and suspensions work? Because in the NHL, the maximum fine you can get is $5,000. But if you win a game in this league, with the bonus,
I couldn't care less about fines. I want to know who's funding this league. You spending.
Your team gets the $100,000 bonus. You could just wipe that fine away.
I love Steve. I grew up on his content. But again, I don't care about the fine distribution of this. I just want to know who's behind it.
So what will the fines be like for this league? And part of the reason that fines are $5,000 in the National Hockey League is because, well, it's the max allowable under the CBA.
Oh my God, we're still on fines.
Well, will there be a collective bargaining agreement for this league?
That's an interesting question.
Be a players' union or a players' association? As far as the marquee players go, who will be the first marquee players?
I gotta assume that, again, if this does happen, I think that they're going to target retired guys. It's going to be similar to the big three of basketball, the Ice Cube League. Again, unless they're throwing massive bags, I can't see them landing any north of $6 million player to make the jump over to this league. If you're comfortably making over $6 million, it makes sense to stay there. But if you are a lower end guy, maybe you jump over. Maybe they get Jaromir Jagr. But that doesn't sell tickets. Old, washed up, retired NHLers.
Will they be retired players? Will they be players considering retirement? Will they be players who jump ship from their professional hockey team or decide not to re-sign with their professional hockey team in the KHL, Swedish League, maybe from the American Hockey League, or even players from the National Hockey League? Obviously, a big deal in the North American hockey landscape. I'd love to know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for you for now. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. We should be talking about this on tomorrow's Steve Dangle podcast.
I'll be watching
right
that
on SDPN.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, again, interesting concept. I'm not sure how it's financially sustainable at all at the end of the day. And the only way it's not financial, the only way that this is getting funding is if there's probably some Saudi Arabian money mixed into it. Again, not solely against that. I hope NHL players get paid, especially lower end guys that only make 100,000 in the AHL. But I just want transparency with this league. Hopefully we get it soon, because this did seem to tiptoe around a couple key facts. I understand it's early on, but if this league is starting in fall of this year, that's massive, dude. So without further ado, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this video? What do you think about this potential league? Do you think it's the Saudi Arabians behind it? Or do you think that this is some type of United States, Canada private equity firm, or just some rich billionaire that wants to spend money on his own league? I tend to think Saudi Arabia. This could be pretty big. We'll see how it goes. I'm not too worried about it right now for the NHL, but if they're throwing out $30 million salary caps, something could happen. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? And I'll be seeing the next one.